Stuff it. It said 2 minutes and 52 seconds left on that timer, but I'm here. I'm ready to go, and I'm excited as I can ever be, because today is the biggest day on the International Rugby League calendar for this season. It is the final of the Pacific Championships, and just to be abundantly clear, to those of you who maybe aren't so familiar with the way the live streams have gone so far, these Pacific Championships, today we are Tongan. I literally don't have a drop of Tongan blood in my body, and I'm 100% fully Australian, but I'm a rugby league fan before I'm an Australian, and rugby league today wins if Tonga wins. In terms of the team lists for this game, there have been a couple of changes on the Tongan side of things. Moses Suli, who was named earlier in the week, has been removed from the squad. I'm actually not sure why, I only just saw that. And also, there's been a little late shift with Sitili Tupanua going to 18th man, and South Sydney player Keonkalo Matangi comes onto the bench, which I think is definitely a good decision. Looking at the broadcast, I know that this game, they're advertising it as having been sold out. I'm surprised because it really doesn't look very sold out, but it is a sea of red, which is exactly what I wanted to see from this game. Hopefully lots more still to come into the venue, because you can see quite a few of empty seats there still. Jordan asks if this game is on free to air. I am not sure. Let me have a little look. It is. You can watch it on Channel 9. So for those of you who don't have Fox, yep, feel free to watch it on 9. Good to see all the usuals here. Taika Walker, Danny, Green Cobra. Good to see you all here as we have the Tongan anthem. Toto Dalian says Dylan Edwards hat trick. I certainly hope not. Definitely hope not. Much rather a Lehigh Hopewadi hat trick, personally. And Tiger says congrats on 3K. Yes, so thank you. It was I was a bit in two minds as to whether to release the video yesterday, because I knew it would get me over 3K. But I thought it would also be kind of cool if we hit 3K on this live stream and you got to see the reaction live. So maybe another milestone will come live later on. And I will not be having mustard ice cream, Tiger. No chance. So you can see what it means to these Tongan players with the red flags waving in the background and real scenes of emotion. This is a big day, ladies and gentlemen. It has the potential to go down in history. I've been saying to people all week, and I said it on the live stream earlier, that if Australia win this game, okay, Australians might get a little buzz out of it for an evening. But realistically, after 48 hours, the entire effect would have just worn off. We'd have forgotten about it. If Tonga win this game, everything happens. An entire nation celebrates. There would genuinely be car parades in the streets of every major city on the east coast of Australia and New Zealand. It would be massive. So to me, it is super obvious which team to go for today, especially because Tonga are the underdog. Although I do think people are sleeping on them way too much. NRL Head says, what happens when PNG versus Kiwi happens? Well, that's the game after this, and the winner will stay in the Pacific Championship, so the upper tier of it for next season. It's the promotion relegation game, so it's a chance for Papua New Guinea to get promoted to the top level of it. Then he says, I wish I was at the game. I almost was. I'm so mad I'm not. So am I. Unfortunately, I've got things to do down here in Canberra, but otherwise I would be there wearing red from head to toe. Head to toe. I'm an excited boy, guys. I am a very excited boy. So good to see a lot of you here already 32 people watching. Kickoff in under 5 minutes. They're going to warm up a little bit on the field, and we're going to see the Tongan dance. So obviously, as usual, I'm not going to talk throughout the dance. To'o Dalian, to answer your question, yes, Paul Alamotti is Tongan. He's playing for them today. So, oh, and then ahead, yes, this stream will end and it automatically will take you to the next stream. So you don't have to do anything. So don't worry about it. It automatically redirects you. But yes, guys, as usual, I won't talk through the dance, just let you guys enjoy that. As the Sea of Red wave their flags in the background, their boys set the tone. They put the gauntlet down and say, Kangaroos, we are here. This is not going to be like how it was a few weeks ago. We are here to play. And boy, do they look ready. Both sides, to be fair, looked pretty dialed in for this. We saw a little look of Ruben Cotter responding to the dance there, and he had a very steely look on his face. But these boys, these Tongan boys, that's what it's all about for me, and they look up for it. Chip Kick, being South Georgia formerly, good to see you here. Crane Cobra, I was reading what you were saying in the chat during that. Congratulations. It's funny, NRL Head, I think it was, someone said, are they your cousins? And that was my first thought. But good to hear they're not. That's a lot better. Lancaster, yes, Will Hopewati is the trainer for Tonga, so it's cool to see him there. And you mentioned earlier, quote, also I confused Dearden for the shot from the back. At first I was like, who on earth is this guy talking about? I've never heard Tyron Wishart referred to as the shot. I'm assuming that's who you mean. That must have just been one that I've escaped up until now, but that is very, very good. JRP, the Manly Ferrari Trebojevic is set. Well, hopefully, you know, he has a good game when we see the best of him, but not too good. We don't want to see him scoring too many points that it does get Australia the win in this game. Sylvester, good to see you here. Go Tongans. You sure understand the vibe of this stream. So good stuff. Cobra with a donation already of $1.50. Thank you, my friend. I'm seriously running out of ways to react. It's very, very cool. So thank you very much. It's NRL Head to save your money for the goals. Probably wise to take his advice. but thank you. So kickoff moments away now. I'll let you know when it kicks off on my screen, just in case you want to sync up with me. Kayla says, I didn't even realize you hit 3K. Congrats. Thank you. Hopefully, we're nearly at 3.1 when I last checked, so hopefully lots more to come today. We'll see how high we can go. Kickoff now, very, very quickly approaching. Dylan Edwards is ready. And that is when he strikes the ball. If you want to sync up with me, first run for the Tongans is AFB off the back fence, straight into the thick of it. And I think you can tell there's going to be some feeling in this game right from the get-go. Good stuff. Lancaster says, yeah, wish heart is the shot. When he does something good, it's called being sharted on. Man, I love Will Hopper, though. 2011 GF was so fun. Hopper Whitey's a very, very good player. Often people forget how good he was because he went to St. Helens somewhat earlier than most people would. Taumalolo, good run there up to halfway, and Tonga need him and AFB to be right up at their best. Particularly, I think, Taumalolo. If we see him at his best today, it's going to be very tough to handle. So last tackle, Havili now across. Katoa puts the ball up. And it is such a red crowd. Coates underneath it. Alamotti misses him, but he's got from Sione Katoa. So now, Amiso Tabuafido going himself, but again, they run straight in and swarm him. Edwards across to Lomax, and they're not making a heap of ground. It's got to be said. Tonga are up for this one. They're still inside the 20. Grant across now through Lindsay Collins, and contacted well there from Olakauatu. Grant across Carrigan with a decent little run there, but still they're going to finish this set without having got to the 40, or just slightly over the 40. Now played, big kick there from Moses. So Daniel Tupou underneath it, straight into the line, does get past Trebojevic and launches himself straight into Zach Lomax. Lancaster says, I think a big reason was that he took a break for a mission. That's right, he did, didn't he? Also, I think everyone forgets the good hoppers because of all the drop kicks in that family. Yeah, no, that's a good point. I forgot about the Mormon mission, but yeah, Will Hopewadi, I mean, I think most people would forget that he's a State of Origin player. So, and one of the first, just as much as Taumalolo and Andrew Fafita to have gone over to say, yeah, I'm going to represent Tonga. So the Tongans now on the last tackle in the opposition half, nearly on the 40. We'll see a midfield bomb here from Isaiah Katoa. Chase is solid, but they won't get there. And it's Coates, but connected, contacted well there from Paul Alamotti. Tiger says at 5K I have to eat mustard ice cream. I'm making no such commitments. It is foul. So now Angus Crichton holding the ball very loosely. I thought he dropped it, but he's just holding it out. Does get an offload away, and it's Lindsay Collins now up over the 40. Edwards across through Moses. Now Hudson Young with the ball, the Canberra Raider, manhandled by Saliva Havili, a former rider himself. Grant across, finds Captain Yo, Dearden, Moses. Now there's a bit of room for Hammer. Finds a little gap, but tackled well by Paul Alamotti there. Nearly lost the Hammer. Moses now across on the last. Dearden kicks himself. Can't find Lomax. Finds a little bit of empty space. And it's Tolotau Kola who's playing centre in jersey 18. It confused me. I thought, is that a forward? I saw the double-digit number on the back. Lehigh Hopewadi now skipping around in a little bit of room himself. Gets an offload to Galfusi, who's tackled by his Dolphins teammate, Hamiso Tabuai-Fido. Lancaster says Papua New Guinea has the opportunity to do the funniest thing tonight. There's reasons why I want either side to win, but I will be going for Papua New Guinea. I also think it would just be absolutely unreal for my channel if a whole heap of Papua New Guineans suddenly wanted to find a YouTube stream of that game. So that would be very cool. Chipkick says, this match is so nervous just as much as the 2024 Grand Final. I'm glad that you find the stakes as high. That shows that International Rugby League is in a good place. So Coates underneath the ball again. They very much seem to be kicking towards Coates, which is interesting because Daniel Tupou is obviously on the other side of the field and he's their dominant aerial target. As the hymns go up, the Tongan hymns, the crowd are singing away. And it's a penalty to Australia. That's gonna get the crowd's mood down a little bit, but it's special. It is very, very special. Danny says NZ is winning by 70. Honestly, could happen. PNG need a lot to go their way, but it's not impossible. I do think for this game particularly, the odds of Tonga being $6.50 is insane. I'm not encouraging gambling by any means, but that does seem crazy. I think people are underestimating the Tongans, to be honest. And ahead, do you have to buy tickets for both games? No, you just buy your ticket for the event. Aussie edits, no worries going in and out of the stream. So Grant now across only on the second finds Moses through Dearden. And Angus Crichton, who's got spiders on him as always, but does knock the ball on. Tonga get away with one there. Danny says, I'm a profound gambler. No, do not gamble responsibly, Danny. Imagine what you could be buying instead. Tiger Walker says, Leaguie, how are your exams going? Very mixed bag. I've only got one left though, and it's not a terrible one. Did very well for the first two, did absolutely awfully for the third. I needed 27% to pass, and I'm not confident that I got it. So we'll see how we go. Kel says, how many people do you think will be the max watching the stream tonight? It is the last two times PNG have played have just blown away any records I've had, so it's very hard to say. Lancaster says, as I said, I'm pet sitting. I don't know where the dog is getting them, but I've had to take so many chocolate eggs. Oh, his mouth. Chocolate eggs at this time of year, that is crazy. So Tonga with the ball over halfway now on the second. If they can hold on to it, they'll be in range for a little attacking kick by the end of this set, you would think. Olakau'atu now gets the best of Moses and tries to find an offload, but does just hold the ball. Played now to Kola. Lolahia across finds Kalfusi, the man with the greatest haircut in rugby league. Havili on the fourth finds AFB. Katoa out the back. Dropping a few underneath him. Now there's a bit of room. Lehigh Hopewadi finds Katoa. He's done it. He's done it. Let's go. The sea of red goes up. The Tongans are up and about. It's the Cronulla Sharks swinger, Sione Katoa. And that is exactly what the doctor ordered, ladies and gentlemen. 4-0 to Tonga. Early lead. I tell you what, he had some work to do. He certainly had some work to do. When they got Coates isolated and it was Hopewadi and Katoa on him, the pass was a little early, I would argue, from Lehigh, and it just allowed Coates to get across to him slightly, but I didn't think he was going to get there, to be honest with you. I didn't think he was, but he did, and the try has been confirmed. $6.50 odds, just saying, $6.50. People underestimated the Tongans, but it's an 80-minute game, and what a finish that was, I tell you what. How good are they, those two Sharks wingers, Sione Katoa and Ronaldo Mulatalu, at finding a try? Good stuff. And the chat loves it. I could just see red absolutely everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. Toaster Crumbs, I'm so sorry that your YouTube defaulted to the American date, but at least you're here now. And we've got the ultimate start to the game. Tongue says, Leaguie isn't sinking into his chair. No, I am not. That try has been confirmed. With Jordan, there's no danger of me celebrating too early this time. And I mean, either way, I'll be celebrating whatever goes Tonga's way today. What a finish that was. Legs up in the air. Coates was all over him. But Sione Katoa, awesome. GR Pete says, we need a proper international calendar mid-season and off-season. Autumn rugby and the rugby championship seem to have the upper hand. I made a video on that. You can go and watch it. It was called I Solved the Origin Period, or I Fixed the Origin Period, or something like that. That's still, it was like maybe 6 months ago I made that, but that's still the structure I would stand by. And it's around Origin time, we'd have some internationals as well. Pause the NRL. So Isaiah Katoa, from the sideline, it just hangs out to the right. And they do need to be going up by sixes today. Zach Lomax on the other side is obviously an incredible goal kicker. But you take that early lead for the Tongans. Aussie Edit says, Leaguie, you need a green chair. I'll focus on getting a more visibly green suit first. I've got a new light, which I think... See, I turned the light off, and I can see how that looks a little bit more grey. But with the light on, I reckon it's a bit more obviously green. But regardless, yes, we've got the green microphone. We'll get green everythings. eventually. Cumbria and Mackham, good to see you here. Hopefully we see as many points scored as we did in the Sunderland versus Coventry game yesterday. Unfortunately, our Black Cats did drop 2 points there, but either way, only cause for celebration so far. And Arrowhead says, we lost our union final on Thursday and we're up the whole game until the end of the game, literally last 10 minutes. Sorry to hear that. Hopefully we don't see a lead dropped here from the team that are currently ahead. So nice little kickoff return set here. Now up to the halfway on the fourth. That's good meterage for the Tongans. AFB takes 3 to get it to the ground, I'll tell you what. That is classic AFB. Jackson Nix is at the halftime score. No, we're less than 10 minutes into the game. Ball goes up. Edwards underneath it, catches it well, but is forced backwards and will be tackled about 3 or 4 meters out of his own line. Coates now with the ball. And good contact from Alicia Katoa and Felice Kalfusi. The Tongans are suffocating them right now. Still, third tackle now and they're inside their 10. They're barely over the 5 meters. Grant across finds Trebojevic and low tackle again from Kafusi. We are seeing a very dominant start to the game for the Tongans here. Edwards does get an offload across the did. Now there's some space back inside for Hammer, but is tackled and it will be on the last. So a kick from inside the 30. They're probably, I mean, on the fourth they barely got out of the 10 and will be a good field position set here for the Tongans. Leaguie will start it on just shy of the 40. I'll tell you what, I mean, in the first game, I kept saying that Tonga were the better side in that match. And the one thing that I think objectively they did dominate was field position and contact. That was where they were strong, and they are continuing with that so far in this game. The execution was the problem, but we saw last week they were able to execute a lot better. And obviously they scored with their first opportunity in this game. So hopefully we see a lot more of that high quality, ruthless execution. Katoa across to Eli Katoa, back to Isaiah Katoa. There are Katoas everywhere. Now with AFB. Aussie Edits, I cannot paint this wall green, unfortunately, because this is a rental property. But very open to lots more green things, as I said. Now on the last, Lola here with the ball up. The hymns are ringing out. Katoa underneath. Ball goes up, finds the ground. What's the ruling? Tonga are claiming knock-on. Harry Grant's found a little bit of space there and does get up to the 20, and they're just going to rule that was play on. GR Pete says Jordan Victory would have to invest in pathways first and then a second grade. This is for Origin, saying Victoria should be in it. We're a long way from that. Lancaster says, Moses, activate your first game at Combank Powers. You're man of the match at the first club game at Combank. Start going God mode, please. Moses, please do not do that. I mean, granted, I think this Tongan side are a little better than the West Tigers were that day. But Australia do draw a penalty. I'll tell you what, that is now twice where we've had the Tongan hymns go up and Australia have won penalties. So maybe that's not actually a good omen for them. Aussie Edit says, could you get everyone to sub to me, Leaguie? I mean, everyone's got free will, but absolutely, Aussie Edits is worth subscribing to. There's some good edits on that channel. So now, with the second penalty of the game, Australia will have a full attacking set here inside the 20. Across through Harry Grant, now to Moses, and it's Collins running back on inside. So still only on the second. Harry Grant finds Isaiah Yeo, now out to Moses. This is looking good. Trebojevic across, and it's knocked on there from Zach Lomax. It looked dangerous. The ball movement across the line was good, but the handling was just where it let them down there. And actually, as well, I'm going to say, everyone subscribe to Tiger Walker if you can, because he released a video today, quite similar to the kind of video I would release. Had a very good message behind it. He's developing very well, getting better with every video, so one to keep an eye on. Lancaster says, damn it, Lomax is already sliding a comeback. Lomax, you're still on the wing, not center yet. Play like it. I mean, this is just going to get old over the course of the game, I think, but I'm just going to be celebrating every little downfall the Australians have. Look, if Anthony Albanese wants to deport me from the country after this stream, honestly, that's kind of valid, given how un-Australian I'm going to be for the next 60-odd minutes. And then I had, yes, I did like your Tonga edit. I think I left a comment, I can't remember, but it was Very good. Good offload there from the Tongans. Finds Isaiah Katoa in a little bit of space, but didn't want to risk the intercept there. As we see, Sean Johnson, the Kiwis have arrived, obviously still with one game to play, which I forgot about at the end of their game against Tonga. I was all like, respect to Sean Johnson, what a career. I completely forgot he still had a game to go, so good thing we'll get to see that. Across from Tonga now, a little bit of a backline move on the third. Finds Leaguie Hopewadi, who nearly gets away from Moses, but is made to play the ball. Kola runs himself. 6 again for Tonga as they go inside the Australian half. Here's an opportunity now for the Tongans to double their lead at the end of this set. Aussie Edits, make whatever content you'd like to make, but obviously, if I was doing it, I'd make the content that I make. Good run there from Taumalolo. Havili now at dummy half. Gets across to Lolohea. Finds Olakuadu stepping back inside. Gets away from a couple of them. Going himself. Nearly gets free. If not for Isaiah Yo, I reckon he scores there. Now across from Havili. Finds Taumalolo. Out to Leaguie Hopewadi. There's a little bit of room there. Alamotti skips away from the hammer. Jeez. A meter maybe from the line. 1 to go. Sione Katoa across. Finds Leaguie Hopewadi. Back to Isaiah Katoa. Kick across trying to find Tupou, is it? And that's caught in the in goal. So not a great kick there from Isaiah Katoa. But decent little attack from Tonga. As Australia spread it now from the 20-meter restart and get up over the 40, nearly to halfway. Massive turnaround there. Massive turnaround. Dearden, he finds some room. In behind the line, has Hammer outside him, passes, hammers surely to the line. Has he got there? He's claiming it. He's claiming it. And it's been ruled a try. That was pretty easy. That was pretty easy. As soon as Australia had a bit of momentum, that's gone on the board now. And he claimed it. I only got one look at this. I'm not sure. The chat is in two minds here. Let's see, big kick across from Isaiah Katoa, they're showing the replay, and it was just too deep, and they paid the price. I mean, Tom Dean, he is the man who scored a try last time these two sides played with a very similar play. Got across. Leaguie Hopewadi did well to even get across to the hammer. We'll see what happened. Chip Kick says, Leaguie, can you not celebrate every Australian mistake? But they make me so happy. They make me so happy. We'll see. Hammer, and it is confirmed. It is confirmed. So it's 4-4. Good finish there from Himiso Tabuai Fido. NRL head said stepped on the line. I saw Lancaster say Hammer bombed it. But they have confirmed that try. So it is 4-4. Australia do hit back. It was good, very good from Tom Dearden getting into space there and connecting with the man outside him. And it was a good finish, just like from Sione Katoa for the first try. That was a very good finish from Himiso Tabuai Fido. But yeah, damn, I mean, it was literally just a case of the 20-meter restart. You saw when that tap was taken, not all the Tongans were back, and there was space for Lomax, who found a little bit of space, got a quick play the ball, and then it was just a fractured defensive line. Australia are, logically, the best rugby league team you could assemble, pretty much. So they will punish you. Lomax now from the sideline. Will he put Australia into the lead? Hits it true, but it goes out to the right, and we're locked up at 4-4. Mason says, boy, send Australia to the bin. Tongans, you could do it. I certainly hope they can. Lancaster says, isn't it crazy? Even 10 years ago, losing the ball then would be understandable. But even looking like it these days, it's considered a bomb and an error. There is certainly, if we're talking about the finish, the standards have increased so much. I mean, a finish like that is pretty much par for the course, really. So, Chipkick says, I'm gonna leave the chat. I'm an Australian in an all Tongan chat. I think most people here are Australian. I think there'd be very few Tongans, but they're rugby league fans. I definitely don't leave. You know, I'll be commentating the game as objectively as I see fit. But definitely going for Tonga, for sure. I'm going for International Rugby League. Toaster Crumb says, we just know that a loss for Australia is a win for International Rugby League. Yeah, that's it, pretty much. So, decent offload there from the offloading king, Angus Crichton. Across to Dylan Edwards, now on the third, just over the 40. Played Isaiah Yo out the back to Moses. Had Hudson Young underneath him, finds Tom Trebojevic instead underneath him. Couple left to go. Harry Grant gets across to Isaiah Yeo, and they'll have one left. They're about 40 meters out, so a chance for a midfield bomb here. Moses puts it up. Big chase through there from Zach Lomax. Leaguie is underneath it. A very good take there from Leaguie Hopewadi against one of the best aerial players in the entire game in Zach Lomax. Charging through the middle of the field. Daniel Tupou, tough run there. Tackled by his Roosters teammate Lindsay Collins and Hudson Young. So good little evasive run there from Sione Katoa, breaking a number of tackles. Still going. Good run there from the winger. Lancaster's the only team I would have accepted beating us is NZ for SJ Swansong. Since that's not happening, sorry Tonga. Fair enough, fair enough. The national pride, I understand for sure. Lolohea across. Finds Fanua Blake. Good late offload there to Havili and finds Katoa, who will be tackled on the 4th here. So on the 5th. So you'd think the ball will find Lolohea now on the last. It does. Kick goes up. Not a real meaningful chase there. Kohler does contest for it. And it's just ruled to be a play on there. Lomax tackled by Olakau'atu and Kalfusi. Chipkick says, wow, I totally want to get Felice Kalfusi's haircut. It's bold. It's definitely bold. But if you can pull that off, absolute mad respect to you. Because that is audacious as hell. Tiger Walker says, what's your least favorite type of NRL content creator? As we see a knock on from Dylan Edwards, Tonga wrap it up immediately. Do get the ball away, and this will just be ruled a knock on, but they did have a go. So Tonga will have a scrum about 20 out. Least favorite type of NRL content creator. I think it's a good thing that there are NRL content creators. I think the more the better. But some of them are very negative, even independent content creators, aside from the Foxes and Channel 9s of the world. And I think that they do have a net negative impact on the game. I won't single anybody out for sure, but yeah, basically every single one of my videos, I think, adds and builds up the game of rugby league, makes it better. And I think there's quite a few NRL content creators who will take views and damage the game in the process. So Tonga across now through Eli Katoa, wrapped up by about 5 Australian players. And there is a big opportunity here for Tonga to get the lead back. Havili finds Tamalolo. Big run back inside, tackled by Yoan Grant. Now across to AFB. Ball plays to Lolohea, who goes himself. Aussies are claiming an obstruction, but I don't think anyone was really prevented from tackling him. But Enrohead says he's talking about Paddy G. I called out Paddy G once, but his content's been a lot better since that one video. I have mad respect for Paddy G. Across from Katoa does break a few tackles there. Now, still 2 left to go here for the Tongans. Havili across to Olakau'atu. They are doing a lot of just these kind of one-out plays into the line. On the last now, Katoa kicks back inside, finds the post, and AFB was right there, but Edwards will grounded in the end goal and force a dropout. Lancaster says about Australia, Jesus, we look shell-shocked. Error after error. Kalfusi's haircut's more sane than Australia's game today. Yeah, well, I think Australia had it pretty easy against New Zealand, I'm going to be honest. I think New Zealand were quite far from their best in that game. There were a number of good individual performances, but I think Australia may be in for a bit of a rude awakening today. Dropout goes sort of mid-range and caught by Sione Katoa. Lancaster says, Jesus, blatant shepherd after blatant high shot from Moses Skip. They're reffing this origin style. Shankings are back on the table today. I gotta say, I mean, I think he did run behind his player, but I don't think he took any meaningful advantage from that. Lolohea, that man, nearly found Tolutau Kola outside him, but probably did well not to pass it because Tom Trbojevic was right there. 6 more. Tonga very much with a lot of opportunity here. Australia just holding on. I'll tell you what, if they can hold them out here, that is a big win for the Kangaroos side. So still on the first, Havili across for Kafusi. Eli Katoa nearly gets the arm free, but Angus Crichton is all over him. Havili out the back for Katoa. Big spins it out to Kola. Now Lolohea on the wraparound. Daniel Tupou, and it's a try for Tonga. It's a try for Tonga. Oh, wait. No, they're saying that this might be an obstruction, and Ashley Klein has a no try. Ashley Klein has a no try. Lancaster, you might get your wish eventually. This may well have been a shepherd. Looked like a bit of a wraparound play, but obviously it's very dangerous doing those nowadays. We'll see. Back on the inside. Moses is certainly claiming the shepherd. Yeah, they're going to rule obstruction. Damn, okay. Kels has celebrated too early. I don't know. I think that's valid. I didn't fully go nuts about it. I think I celebrated reasonably there. Papa T Panda says, hey Leaguie, fellow r/NRL user here. Did I see right that you got mod? Ripper work if you did. Good to see some good league opinions on that team. I did, yes. I am a mod in r/NRL. The mod team there are fantastic. They've been really, really welcoming. So yeah, I mean, it was a tremendous honor to have that, and hopefully, yeah, lots more sort of synergy between my channel and r/NRL in months to come. So now Ruben Cotter off the penalty gets up over the 20. Tiger says, referencing my last video, Jack Whiten's expectations from Fox was for him to win 2 premierships in 1 season. Certainly seemed like it. NRL says, what's r/NRL? It's the Reddit page for the NRL. And no, I'm not sinking into my chair. Not like maybe if that happens again, we'll see. But that was, I think, because that was ruled no try to start with. It wasn't taken away as such. Little different. So Australia on the 4, 35 meters out. Harry Grant steps, gets across to Carrigan, who offloads to Angus Crichton, goes himself and finds an offload again. Doesn't find anyone out the back, and they've lost about 10 meters off that offload. Edwards across on the last 2. Moses under pressure from Lola here. Does get the kick away. Tupou's underneath it. So is Lomax. Tupou caught it. Had to desperately offload. Nearly back into the in goal. And Lehigh Hopewadi will be forced in goal. That was a moment of maybe a bit of panic there from the veteran Daniel Tupou. Catching it that close to the sideline and offloading so desperately. Might have been better just letting Lomax catch it and forcing him over the sideline. It was a close one, and that desperate offload, and Lehigh realistically didn't have a chance. That could have gone a lot worse if Lehigh hadn't been there cleaning up the pieces. Danny, Tigers fan, saying Caesar was our best signing for us. The disrespect in the article insults me. It was pretty crazy. Just lacked any kind of nuance at all. So big tap back there from Australia, and it ends up pretty much being a long drop out anyway. So Tonga, a defensive set to survive here. Australia with a good opportunity off the dropout. Carrigan gets it up to the 20 on only the second tackle. Across from Grant, now at the back to Moses, finds Young underneath, and there's a bit of a gap there, but tackled well from Katoa. So Grant, again, dummy half. Goes himself, finds Carrigan. There was a bit of room for Tom Dearden, but they've gone back the other way. Yo. Goes himself, nearly gets to the line. Gee, he's a big, strong man on top of his ball-playing ability as well. Grant sees an opportunity to go himself, but is wrapped up there by the Tongans. 1 to go. Oh, and just as I say that, it's ruled 6 again. That is the worst possible time for the Tongans. Carrigan. I'm back on the inside now. This is a real test for Mate Matonga. Across from Grant, finds Moses, now out to Dearden. Backline movement, finds the hammer, who's looked the most dangerous for the Kangaroos so far in this game. Tackled well there from Alamotti. Coates goes himself, can't quite get to the line there. Now played for Hammer. Across to Dearden, Grant finds Yo, who will just take a bit of a settler. 1 to go in the set now. Grant across to Dearden. Will he put a little kick in? He doesn't. He goes short with the ball. Tabuai-Fidow gets an offload to Xavier Coates, and that is a very well executed try for the Kangaroos. It's going to be 8 points to 4. Kick to come. I said Hammer's looked the most dangerous player in this game so far, and that was a very, very good offload from him. Very good offload. Missed a few comments there, so I'll just take this chance to catch up on them. Lancaster says, as I said in my comment on the vid, Caesar was a good signing on field, but he was definitely setting a bad discipline example this year. that really hurt them. It's a good point given the amount of sin bins that they had. Obviously, it was way more than any other team. And yeah, he definitely didn't contribute in a good way to that. But yeah, I take him as very much an overall package. And I think given they wanted a veteran halfback, given it was a good idea to get a veteran halfback in, they didn't have a lot of options. And I was pretty skeptical. If you look back to my first ever video, which was a Tigers season preview, please don't, by the way, because it's terrible. But I talk quite cynically about Caesar, because over in the Super League for the Huddersfield Giants, he wasn't great. A lot of NRL fans are pretty dismissive of the Super League. They say going over to the Super League is like winning a Man of Steel. Like, go over and win a Man of Steel, which is, I think, quite insulting, to be honest, to the Super League competition. It's a lot better than that. And Caesar was an example. He did not light it up, especially. So I was a little skeptical of him coming back to play first grade in the NRL, but he was fine. And I think behind closed doors, there'd be a lot of positive influence that he had. Like I said, the best signing outside of the obvious one in Critter was the Manly utility back, whose name escapes me, Talau. This would be who came from the Tigers and took Lomax's girlfriend. Speaking of Lomax, kick from the sideline here. What a transition that was. Now it's 2 out to the left. So 3 unsuccessful kicks so far in this game, and the gap is an unconverted try, only 4 points. NRL Head says, why has nobody picked up May yet? He's been over in England. I'm not sure he's come back to Australia yet. And I think there's a lot of clubs that are in the race for him, so he's just not signed with anyone yet, keeping his options open. Tokisala Toby says, go Tonga. That sounds like a reasonably Tongan name, Tokisala. Are you from Tonga, my friend? Puppeteer Panda says, see, Tommy gets the ball and he cooks. I mean, he's also probably, I would say, second to the hammer, being very good so far in this game. Caleb says, who do you think the Golden Boot will be today? Are they awarding that today? The Golden Boot's the award for the best international player. Do you mean who will win the Golden Boot, or who will be like man of the match in this game? Because I don't actually know. They could be awarding it today. I'm not sure exactly when they do. And Danny thinks that Terrell will sign with the Dragons. That'd be big for them. I think they lack a really good, solid front row. I think Jack DeBellin does a lot of heavy lifting for them. So on the third, Australia working it out from the kick-off set. And I like Lancaster's shout of Herbie Farnworth as Golden Boot. I think the difference that'll work against him is that they only played 2 games, whereas AFB, still a game to come, could have played 1 more. So Tupou underneath it. Australia are quite obviously have a plan to kick to Daniel Tupou, who I believe from memory knocked on quite early under the ball in the first game that these two sides played in the Pacific Championships. So he does have his moments, the veteran winger. And speaking of moments, the other winger, Sione Katoa, with a juggle. And now there just seems to be a little bit of a shift here. I think Australia now seem to be dominating a bit of the contact. It's just sort of gone the other way. 10 minutes to go. Well, actually closer to 11 in this half. And I think it's really important for the Tongans not to let this get to 2 scores. As they do knock on right as I say that. There's been a fair few commentators' curses so far in this game. Maybe I better stop talking. Dylan Edwards jinking across the field is eventually wrapped up. Was it Siwa Wong who knocked it on? They showed Siwa Wong there. I thought it was Eli Katoa. So Angus Crichton now trying to find an offload, I'm sure, because he always does. I think that's the first time he hasn't offloaded. Lancaster says, God, Hudson Young pisses me off. No need to go on with a tackle like that. He's such a fake, tough guy. Damn, that's fighting words from Lancaster. Moses across to Dearden now. Finds Hammer. The current Cowboy to a former Cowboy. Played to Grant. Still 3 tackles to go here for Australia. Finds Carrigan. Real danger here. Played to Grant. Had an opportunity to go Cotter short. Moses reels the ball in. There's a little bit of room. Switches back across to Dearden. Will he kick? He won't. Finds Angus Crichton to just dig into the line. So 1 to go. Tonga very much need to hold on, I would say. Grant across. Finds Dearden. And will just die with it. Not a bad idea to go that direction on the last. It's been the dangerous edge for them for sure. And turn the ball over in a very good spot. Roosters fan, good to see you here. Sylvester dropping some emojis in the chat, trying to decipher them. Not too sure. Tiger says Dylan Jocker is actually country. I'm country, am I? I'm a certified city boy. Certified city boy. Although I've got a video that'll come up this off season. Speaking of country, about country rugby league in New South Wales particularly, as Tonga draw a penalty, first penalty of the game for them. Yeah, I'll tease this video. I interviewed a guy who knows country rugby league absolutely inside out. Instagram account called Battlers for Bush Footy, and we spoke for I think it might have been close to 2 hours. And I didn't get around to doing it. And finally, this off season, I'll get an opportunity to put that interview together into a video. Because the state of country rugby league right now, it sits in a spot of bother. And I think it will be very good to draw some attention to that, because I think so few people know about it. Shiv says Joggery sounds more Indian than Indigenous. That's because it is. It's an Indian surname. Many generations ago, but yes, Joggery is an Indian name. That's where my ancestry goes. No Indigenous ancestry for me. So Tonga on the attack. On the third, across fine Lola here. Katoa digging into the line. Still 2 more to go. They're just beyond 10 out. Sonny Luke has come onto the field now in place of Havili. The hymns go up. They haven't gone so well when the hymns have been going up, so we'll see whether they can buck that trend. 1 to go in the set now. Luke, and they do draw another. Don't kick it. Okay, they don't kick it. It didn't look like it heard, so I was adamant there. Katoa shows 6 again. Now another 6 again. Paseka, is it? Digging into the line. Surely they had, last time they were down here, they had a long while camped down this end of the field. Big opportunity here for them. Leaguie nearly gets away from Crichton. Doesn't quite. Luke across. Isaiah Katoa digs in, goes himself. Does get an offload away. Dangerous. Finds Sonny Luke. There's a bit of room out there. Hapawadi will be tackled again though. Played quickly. Sonny Luke across to a back rower. Eli Katoa. He's got there, I think. No, he's not claiming it. He's not claiming it. That was not an early celebration. He's not claiming it. He's not claiming it, ladies and gentlemen. And we're about to go through a no-try review, where we pretty much know, realistically. NRL Head, to answer your question about when the Rugby League Live 4 vids are coming out, as it is dropped there. Yeah, I don't know if I think I mentioned this earlier. I'm just encountering so many problems. With it. So... Caleb wants me to sink into my chair. I can do one better, actually. What about this? The chair can sink. Hang on. There we go. Yeah, I'm just encountering so many problems setting it up. I will make them. I could make... The first video I wanted to make is I simulated the 2025 season. And I can make that. But anything beyond that, Rugby League Live 4 lets you customize a lot. But there are certain very specific things that it doesn't let you customize. It doesn't let you customize tier 1 players, they call it. And so I went back and I changed the dates of birth to everyone so that they're the right age, because the career mode starts in 2017. And I could do it for everyone except for tier 1 players. And it's just, there's like 100 of them. So I'd have to create 100 copies of those players. It's just insane. So I'll probably do it. But yeah, I have to be careful how I do. As Dylan Edwards on the attack, I think he's held up there. Sorry, I got caught up talking about Rugby League Live there, but Australia were very much on the attack. Edwards is held up. So now inside 6 minutes to go in this half. Made to play the ball there again. Shiv says Tonga are tired. Roos to run away with this in the second half, similar to the Kiwis game. I've got to say, I mentioned earlier they were dominating physically to start this game. And it has gone away from that. Wrapping around to Dearden. The ball comes away, and I think surely that's been touched. What's the ruling? Moses is claiming it. Haven't seen Ashley Klein yet on the screen. No, on the last, so it wasn't touched from Tonga. Across through Moses, kicks across the field, trying to find Tom Travojevic. He had the ball in his hands. This might be a try. This might be a try for Hudson Young here if it's ruled to have gone backwards off Tom Trbojevic, which, to be honest, I kind of, on first glance, think it might have. This is a big moment here in the context of these specific championships. What's the ruling? I'm confident Tom had this ball in his hands. So he does have it in his hands. And Arrowhead says, are you going to get rid of it in terms of the Rugby League Live 4? I won't. I'll at least make that one video. The thing is, I'm probably just going to have to present it in a very specific way that kind of, I don't know, yeah, makes it all work as a continuous story. But it's bad because, like, a guy like Daly Cherry Evans, for example, he's obviously maybe got 1 or 2 years left in the NRL. But because the career mode starts in 2017, if I simmed 10 years, he could still be playing at the end of that career. And obviously in real life, he's not going to play until he's 44 years old. So as we see another donation from Green Cobra, thank you very much, my friend. Thank you. That brings your total up to $3 so far in this stream. Very good stuff. Thank you, mate. And Arrowhead says, why are they adding Rugby League Live 5? Why are they not? I've actually heard a little rumor that a game is in development, which we see a lot. But I saw someone online who got in touch with the NRL's licensing department, just asking the question, and the licensing department said that a game was in the works. But yes, we're well overdue for one. I mean, geez, 2017, it came out. Soon it will be a decade since our last rugby league game, which is absurd. So last tackle for Tonga. No, 6 again, freeing them on the last there. And Danny's correct. Yes, Big Ant, the company that made Rugby League Live, have lost the rights. But yeah, Arrowhead says it would be so popular. If it were commercially viable, someone would be doing it. And yeah, as I say, I do think someone is doing it, but it will just take time. As another donation there from Shiv Yadav, $5. Thank you very much, my friend. I think that, from memory, that might be your first donation. As Tom Dearden gets through the line, Tom Trbojevic inside him will streak away, and they get one before halftime. That's a bit of a dagger. It's got to be, I've got to be honest. 12 points to 4. It will be 14 points to 4. And I'll tell you what, my emotions there from Shiv's donation of a whopping $5. I was riding high, and then we see Tommy squared, Dearden to Trbojevic. Puppeteer Panda says Dearden cooks again. He sure does. I'll renege what I said earlier. Dearden's man of the match so far in this game. Definitely gets away from the tackle, and good support there from Trbojevic coming in from centre to know that the opportunity was there. Straight underneath the sticks. And the Tongans, they'll have to do a little bit of soul searching in this second half. They absolutely cannot afford to let Australia score the next try. Yeah, inside Paseka was Dearden, and Sonny Luke missed that tackle as well. And it was a 2-on-1. Nothing at all that could be done for Tommy, from Lehigh Hopewadi. So the clock ticks under 3 minutes to go. Still kick to come on my broadcast at least. Sorry, not to be outdone is Green Cobra donating $6. Can't let someone else be the highest donor for a live stream. Jeez, that's unreal. Thank you very much. That brings the total pretty high for this stream. And it actually says in the chat, I don't know if you guys can see this, but it says, let's celebrate their 10th super on a live stream. So that is your 10th donation, which is insane. Thank you so much. Kick conversion successful from Zach Lomax makes it 14 points to 4. Green Cobra, I want to ask you a question. Are you using your mum's credit card again? Are you going to get in trouble for single-handedly paying off my Hex debt? That's absolutely insane. Thank you very much. Thank you. Lancaster says, I have very fond memories of playing a rugby league game as Manly back in like 2010 or something, and absolutely wrecking my cap, releasing a bunch of players to buy my 100 in all stats custom. That's very funny. That is very funny. I've absolutely, back in the day, playing Rugby League Live 3, ruined my salary cap. As this ball, did that bounce on the line? I think it did. It did. Bad to worse for Tonga, and this is now a dangerous 2 minutes. If they let us get out to 20 points to 4, oh no, Cameron says, no, it's my money, but my mum will kill me. I don't want your mum to kill you. I mean, as I always say, very, very, very appreciated. Thank you so much. But I value your life a lot more. So, and our head says, why did Rugby League Live 4 lose its rights? The copyright that they purchased simply expired. So, yep, that was it. Australia on the attack, only on the first. I'll just talk through this set. Moses goes himself, wrapped up eventually by his opposite number 7. Tonga just holding on. Tom Dearden across finds Yo at the back to Edwards. Now across to Tom Travoyewa, steps inside, has Lomax outside him, doesn't need Lomax. Let me grab that microphone. Hang on. Let me bring it down here. Let me bring it just... Yeah, there we go. Oh, wait. Oh my god, no try. Wait. I've got to come back up. Yeah. They've got a no try. What's happened? Tom, what have you done? Oh my god, is that on the ground? Oh my god. Wait, hold up. Is this the inverse sinking into chair? Have we actually just seen the inverse? Chair sink to the power of -1. 1 over chair sink. Have I prematurely sunk? Hell yeah! I've prematurely sunk. What are the odds of that? The one time that I do it. Let's go. And I'm with you, Norma. MMT 4 days. Leaguie getting underneath the ball there. Leaguie underneath the ball. Good stuff from him. Hold up. Look, it's not over. Australia's still on the attack here. I could well validly sink. Across to Ruben Cotter. Now Grant across finds Dearden, that man. Across to Crichton. Will he get the ball away? Not quite. Not quite. Play the ball to Grant. Now across through Dearden. 1 to go in the set. Finds Yo. Oh, I think Cotter would have scored if he'd found the ball there, but they do have numbers. Wow. How... Okay, there were 2 times in that one play where if Australia had found the right pass, they score a try. If Yo went short to Cotter, he was under the sticks. If Tom had passed the ball... Watch this on the replay. Cotter was through. He was absolutely through. Now Lomax, completely unmarked, goes himself. Whew. White Line Fever says Lancaster. Absolutely. Tom just wanted to make up for it. Damn. Okay. 34 seconds to go. And in turn, when you're talking about momentum going into a halftime break, I think Tonga are going to take a lot out of that, to be honest. They're going to take a lot. Now, Siwa Wong just holds the ball. He thought about offloading it there. No, get through your set, lad. Get through your set. Play to Sonny Luke. Now across through Daniel Tupou. And a big crowd, but not sold out. This game is not sold out. The people saying that it was sold out. There's a lot of seats there. Sonny Luke across finds Hamaleola Kawatu for the last run of the set and of the half, and that is half time. Lancaster's Kola Hopewadi reminding Tom that he has people who want his Manly #1 jersey. Well, Lancaster, you said earlier that you played with Manly on that game. Are you a Manly fan? If you're a Manly fan, I'd like to know your thoughts, because obviously you are a very, very knowledgeable person about rugby league. Your comments are really good. What would you do with this fullback situation at your club? Obviously, Tom, at his best, is the best option. But do you think it's less disruptive to the team, given his injuries, to have a guy like Leaguie or Kola there and have Tom at centre? And our head says, Leaguie, guess how old I am? I think my safe guess these days is 15, which is actually sort of funny because I kind of dunked on 15-year-olds in my last video. I said, that I used to write for zerotackle.com when I was 15 years old, which is completely true. And then transitioning into my criticism of that Fox article, I was like, one article that might as well have been written by 15-year-olds is this. And then I realized, like, probably half of my audience is 15 or younger. So I was afterwards, I was rewatching that back and I was like, maybe that wasn't a great career move. So 17 says NRL head. Well, okay, I was 2 years off. I'll take that. That's not too bad. Puppeteer says, bold claim, Tonga comes back in the second half. Australia wins by 2. I love the first half of that. Second half, not so much. Careless says, how old am I? I feel like we've been through this and you've told me, but I have absolutely no memory. I'm very bad at remembering personal details about people external to who they support. I don't know why. I mean, maybe it's obvious, but what NRL club people support is pretty much the defining thing I know about them. There's a guy in my university course, for example, who I've spoken to a few times. We've had a few conversations here and then. I absolutely, for the life of me, cannot remember his name. I know absolutely nothing about him, but he's a Rabbitohs fan. So every time I see him, I'm like, hey, how about them bunnies? That Trell Mitchell. So, 13. You could ask me that in a month and I would have completely forgotten. To be honest, you can ask me that in 2 weeks, I've probably completely forgotten. Oh, let's go. NRL head says I'm turning 15 this year. Well, there we go. There's only like a month left in this year. That's pretty close then. Lancaster says, good catch. The first game I remember watching is the 40-0 game. My uncle was a Manly fan, so I became a diehard until I fell out of love for the game temporarily in the mid-2010s. I'm not a diehard. Well, you certainly... Oh, okay, I was going to say you seem like a rugby league diehard. But that 40-0 game, fun fact, so that was, 2008? I was either 5 or 6 years old. I think I was probably 5 years old, and I was at that game. I have no memory of it whatsoever, and I always wonder, like, I said to my dad, why did you spend that money on a ticket for a 5-year-old? But he did. So I was there. Tyke says, Leaguie, how old am I? Oh, I'm racking my brain. 14? 14, I think. Dano says, Leaguie, I went to the 2014 GF with my dad. Well, obviously your profile picture would indicate you're a Doggies fan, so my condolences. Sorry, we see another donation here from Bren Babu. Thank you very much for the $5, my friend. Thank you. The comment says, from your experience, does learning to play rugby in Europe, where it's colder, negatively impact your playing stamina? Loved your video yesterday, by the way. Thanks for the donation and obviously the comment about the video. Thank you. It's tough for me to comment because I never played in Europe. I refereed in Europe. In terms of playing stamina, though, it's interesting. We used to play over in the Netherlands, because I refereed then. We used to play winter friendlies every now and then. Our season would occur in our summer, right? Which is comparable temperatures to the Australian winter. That makes sense. But just to have games to play, we would play in the winter. And there was once, I don't know if I've told this story on a stream before, but the British Air Force team came to play the Dutch national team, and me and my father were both touch judges for that game. And it was in the middle of winter, and there were very strict regulations because it was the British Air Force coming. We had to play by British rules, and there were strict regulations about what match officials could wear under the British rules. So normally we'd wear like tracksuit pants and like a hoodie underneath our touch judge jersey because it's so cold, but we weren't allowed to for this game. So I was out there in maybe -5 or so, in shorts and a short sleeve a little t-shirt. And for the players, the players had to do the same thing, but they were, in and around each other. There was body heat, they were running, there was contact. For me, I was isolated way out on the sideline. And with about 5 minutes to go in the game, I was on the far touchline, by the way. With about 5 minutes to go in the game, I completely blacked out. I have no memories from 5 minutes to go in the game. What happened was, instinct took over. I was like, I am too cold. I have to get into heat. And so, as I said, I'm on the far touchline. I started walking across the field to the clubhouse where there was light and there was heat. I was just walking across. And as I say, absolutely zero memory of this happening. But my dad, who was the other touch judge, sees this, sees me walking across, says, "What are you doing?" I don't respond. And he just looks at me and sees there's no color in my face. So while the game is on, he abandons his post, gets me, picks me up physically, and I'm like the size of him, but he picked me up, carried me to our car, put me in the passenger seat, and just turned all the heating on, all the seat warmers on, everything. And in his words, he watched me defrost. And that's when my memories kick back in. So from 5 minutes to go in the game to me sitting in the car, I remember nothing. It's like it didn't happen. And I think that by the time the referee noticed that the two touch judges were gone, the game was over, and he just called it early. But it doesn't really answer your question, but there's a bit of a story for you. So I hope that was worth the $5 donation. Just to get back to Lancaster's comments, saying, "Not a diehard anymore, but I'll always have a fondness for the Seagulls. Now, as for the one situation, Tom's the best option. I wouldn't mind seeing him transition to 3 or 4, but it has to be done. Sorry, it has to be once Leaguie has done his apprenticeship under Turbo. Cola is something of a poor one. He really struggles with defensive organising. Sharks' blowout was half caused by him opening a bunch of gaps unnecessarily." Lancaster then says, "Cola's only real strength is his speed and strength. He's a poor man's Ponga without playmaking. That's why he carves up lower teams but struggles unless he's given space. 3 or 4 fine, as one needs more." Agreed on Cola. Yeah, if I was going to replace Turbo at fullback, it would be for Leaguie, for sure. And even then, I still wouldn't do it. I still want to give him more time. I still want to give him more of an opportunity to play there consistently. Because really, I think clubs should pretty much think exclusively in terms of winning a premiership. And you're winning a premiership if he's at fullback. Your chances of winning a grand final, I think, go down if he's playing centre. Your chances of maybe making finals are increased. But to that level, not sure I would say. So, yeah. Agreed. Kayla says, "Do you know what Retro Bowl is?" I do not. Puppeteer Pan, as earlier said, "Died in the Wall Cowboys fan, despite Dad being a game for the Bronx in the 90s. Very much the black sheep of the family, and as old because Stockman Stadium had a hill." That's pretty cool. I like that story. You and Caleb, 2 Cowboys fans in my chats. Brand Babu, "Risking hypothermia for the love of rugby league is really something." I guess I can officially say that. I should put that. I should use that as a marketing ploy. The only rugby league YouTuber who risked hypothermia for love of the game. Just sorry to say, I'm the only member of the rugby league media who risked hypothermia as well. But yeah, no, we had some crazy times back in the refereeing days. And all because of a stupid rule from the English that we weren't allowed to wear tracksuits. Insane. Anyway, Arlo says, "Hey Leaguie, the hymns and Hako are beautiful." I'm at the game, by the way. The hymns certainly sounded beautiful on the broadcast. As I was saying, I think as soon as the Tongan fans started to sing, it seemed like Tonga started getting a bit of bad luck. So I don't know, I do believe a bit too much in omenry. But the hymns are beautiful. They are beautiful. I mean, one thing I like about English rugby league in general is that they have chants. They have the chants that have carried over from soccer culture. And we never got that, which is fine. I mean, we express our love for our teams in a different way. But I feel like we see it a bit more in international rugby league, whether it be the English team playing or these island teams with their hymns. I think it's really, really cool. So, yeah. Wobble and Jaw Sports, good to see you here. Hey, Leaguie, hope you're doing well. Tommy D, ripping and a tearing. He sure is. He's definitely man of the match so far. He's looking the most dangerous when he gets the ball. Obviously, one of the only try scorers for Australia when they played Tonga last. So to see, him doing well is a very good sign for Cowboys fans. He's got a lot of pressure on him. I mean, even this off-season, the off-season going into 2024, they would have still had Chad Townsend as the man, as the managing player. Maybe dominant's not the word to use, but the guy who, if they're both calling for the ball, you give it to Chad. Now I think Dearden's the main man for sure. I mean, over Clifford, I think it almost goes without saying, but it's a difference that I think is going to be worth watching during this off-season and to see the start of next season. Obviously, him and Clifford played together towards the back end of the year, but it was maybe 5 games. It wasn't a lot. It's less than people seem to think. So it'll be interesting to see how he tackles that sort of added responsibility now that he's a Kangaroos player. I'm just having a look at his age because he's 23 years old. He'll be 24 just before the season starts next year. So still a very young player, specifically for halves. He's got 10 years ahead of him. Puppeteer Pandas, at least Australia didn't do a dance break number like they did in the men's netball. I didn't see that, but that sounds absolutely god-awful. Imagine Lindsay Collins getting down. That would be wild. Lancaster says, I wouldn't mind seeing some experimenting with Leaguie at 1, Turbo 3 or 4 in 2025. My crazy idea is a Lockyer transition for Turbo, but that's not an option with the firm halves pairing they have. It could be down the line. I mean, as a Manly fan, how long do you think DCE has left? Because he's showing, to me, no signs of slowing down. People seem to think he dropped off towards the back end of last season, and I can wear that, but I think it's only because he started the year in such good form. So his birthday, February, he's 35. Mate, he's going to be 36 going into next season. That's crazy. And when have you heard about DCE retiring? We hear about him retiring from Maroons, for sure. But NRL career in general, for some reason, we just don't talk about DCE retiring. So, obviously, it seems to me that the plan is to then transition Luke Brooks into halfback. But obviously, because we don't know when DC is going to retire, we don't know who's going to be on the market. I'm just having a look on NRL.com for his contract situation. So signed for next season, but not beyond that. So it'll be interesting to see if he does announce his retirement, potentially before the start of the season, or will announce that it will be his last year. We'll see how that goes, because that could then open up the possibility of Tom playing 6. Toaster Crumb's wicked merch. I'll get my frozen heart for the game. Yeah, no, it was I had a really good relationship with all the players over there. I mean, when I started, they only had men's, right, over there. And I started being a touch judge when I was 13 years old. So it took about a year to win them over. I can understand for them, you're coming out, you're playing against men, and there's a 13-year-old kid officiating the game. But after about a year, they realized, hey, this guy actually knows what he's talking about. And I got so many messages from them and all that, like after the game. It was really, really touching. A lot of them actually still watch my content and the live streams. I think it's still a little bit early in the morning over there in the Netherlands. If anyone from the NRLB is watching, let me know in the chat. But awesome relationship with all the guys over there. And I'll be going back next year around that time. So I'm hoping to potentially have a chance to do some content with the Dutch Rugby League, which would be awesome for me. NRL head, why don't England play a European team? There's just no one that's really good enough for them. I mean, okay, so England versus Samoa, that gets the interest of the South Hemisphere. Even though it's at a bad time for us to watch live, there's interest. We're talking about it. Whereas imagine if England had been playing France or Scotland or Ireland. We wouldn't even really know. We'd be like, oh yeah, Herbie Farnworth went over and scored a gazillion tries. That'd be it. So that's the reason why. Tiger says if they're calling for the ball, you give it to Chadwick. Yes, Chaddles. Hell yeah. Toastus, yeah, says the Brits could play Serbia or Ukraine, but it would be a notable skill difference. Worlds apart. Absolute worlds apart. They'd beat those sides. God, 80 plus mil, I reckon. Both of those teams are building very well. And actually, Hudson Young and Nathan Cleary are both Ukrainian heritage players, so that might swing things a little bit. But yeah, it would be absolutely insane difference. Then he says, well, if we're talking about the 2010-11, I'm still a baby, like 3 and 2 years old. I was there at both Tigers prelim finals. We lost both of those. So this is the finals that we've been to. Then he says we would have smacked Roosters in 2010. Am I remembering that wrong? Isn't that the year of the Sean Kenny-Dowell intercept try in that final? As second half kicks off, if you want to sync up with me, that's the point. And our head says DC 2 years left max. He's on his last hand of rugby. Lancaster says, as a DC fan of nearly a decade and a half now, I firmly believe the reason Queen Lizzie died, wow, where is this going, is because DCE stole her immortality. Without Brooks' ability at 7, it's not great. Manly had a succession plan in Humphreys, but that's gone now, so I have no idea. Yeah, I sort of caught myself as I said that, because I thought he has been really good at as a 6. So, yeah, but we'll see. Tough to plan for Manly. Puppeteer says DC is going to be like Cam and just play till he's 50. Heard it here first. He may well. Edwards offloading to Harry Grant. Now on the last with, they're just about 40 out. Caleb says, do you think St. Helens have got a good winger in Felty? They absolutely have. Good take there from Daniel Tupou. Yeah, his form this year was really, really good in my opinion. He could have played on next season. I'm pretty confident of that. Aussie edits, it has been 3 tries. 14-4, 3 tries for the Kangaroos. Lancaster says, I'd love to see Cleary go to Ukraine for a game to see if he could beat England with a team of actual amateur players. He wouldn't be able to. I'm quite confident he wouldn't be able to, but it would be because he wouldn't really have anything around him. But it's building. It's building over there for sure. I'll tell you what, they're a team who would have been in the race for World Cup qualification. Yeah, if they hadn't cut it down to freaking 10 teams. Anyway, this is a happy day for International Rugby League. Let's not solo the mood. Solemn the mood, I think is the word. Good take there from Eli Katoa. Good offload for Lolohea. Gets the ball across harness. The slips catch from Hammer. If it had got past Hammer, then I think Sione Katoa probably scores. But good take there from Hammer. I think he saved a try there. Rugby the second says, where the power, the speed, the skill. Not going to read that because I'll get demonetized. Oh, actually, I'm not monetized anyway on the streams, but regardless. The Warriors. Okay, he's a Warriors fan. Let's go. And Lancaster says, yes, 2010 is the year of that try. Tom Deeden, he's got through the line again. He's going himself, finds Tom Trbojevic, just like in the first half. Okay, now it's time. No. Bollocks. God damn it. And they won't take that one off him. Tom Dearden, my God. What a player, man. And look at the support from the Kangaroos. He had inside and outside, went himself, found Trbojevic. That's... bollocks. Bollocks. Solio says Tonga is cool. Well, they might be cool, but unfortunately they've forgotten how to tackle. Tom Dearden, you might be the winner of the Golden Boot. Fair enough. Yeah. Look, okay, I'll try not to be too absolutely devastated because I know there are a lot of Australians. Wow, okay, we've got the real Hamiso Tabuai-Fido in the chat, who's taken a break from the game. I don't know if we have a drinks break in this one. But he's in the chat. Lancaster says, things take time. Only a few years after Russia got beat 110-4 by Oz, they beat Lebanon 80-0. They did. Yes, things do take time. It's a slow build. It always is. And you have it's a bit, this is a question that, because a lot of people ask me questions about International Rugby League. There's actually quite a few people in the NRL content world who've got in touch with me about things, which has blown my mind. But anyway, asking me about the international game and what I want to happen. And it's this super tough dichotomy. Is that the right word? It's almost a dilemma between, I want as many games to be played as possible because that's what's going to make the International Rugby League more competitive. But also, if we're seeing games like 80-0 played, it turns a lot of people off. So it's tough. The only way you make things more competitive is by playing more games, but you're going to turn people off if you play uncompetitive games. So it's tough. Danny says, "No, I'm going to talk about that brother JG off the field, going off the field." I didn't know who. I couldn't see who it was. It was number 23. Was it Cola? No, he's number 18. Was it number 23? I can't see a Tongan number 23. That's why I didn't mention it, because I was confused. I'm trying to see who's not there. No, Cola's out there. Paul Alamotti it was. Okay. Damn. And it wasn't foul play or anything, so they can't activate Tupanua either. Okay, problems. Tiger says, can you do some streams during the off-season? Do you have any suggestions as to what I should stream? Because I assume that this should be the last one, because it's obviously the last game. Until preseason challenge. Good take there from Lee Hapawadi with Zach Lomax right underneath him. But I mean, look, still 35 minutes to go in this game, but a long, long way to go here for Tonga. And I'm going to be honest, guys, I'm pretty deflated right now. I was up and about. As we see Ali Brigginshaw from the Jillaroos, who took out the Women's Pacific Championships earlier. I don't know if you guys watched that game, but Taryn Aiken, wow. She is immensely good. Tugwell says, do an RLL 4 career mode on stream. That's the only thing that I thought I would logically stream, but I don't have the ability to. I don't have the game on PC, and I don't have a PC capable of running the game even. So, I play it on Xbox. And I couldn't live stream from an Xbox, to my knowledge. Especially a decade-old Xbox One like I have. Paul Alamotti, dislocated, will not return. Sad. Okay, Kangaroos, let's see what you got. Tom Trbojevic, low tackle there from Sonny Luke. Just inside halfway. The crowd is singing again. Hammer says, I predicted Tonga to win 114. Could it be 120? Theoretically speaking. Trbojevic across. Was that forward? The ruling is not forward. Coates is back inside. Finds Trbojevic for a hat-trick. And it's rolled. Okay. We've got a no try. That seemed utterly objectively forward. Okay, I think Ashley Klein there. We've seen this before where the bunker kind of adjust the ruling so that they can rule on it. So, okay, this is fascinating, guys. And I agree with what the referees are saying here. The ruling on a forward pass is nothing to do with the way the ball travels across the ground. Momentum means the pass will always go forward across the ground, pretty much. It's about backwards out of the hands. With a tap on, there is no backwards out of the hands. It contacts your hand. Here's a ball. It contacts your hand, right? It either goes forward or it goes backwards. There's no spin or anything. So I can understand them. They're wanting to rule on a tap on. Fair enough. And our head says, Hammer, you can't bet against yourself. You may or may not be reported to the NRL. Well, I don't know how many of you guys have seen this AJ Brimson thing. I'm pretty surprised that it's just kind of boiled over, because even if he claims that it was his mom's account that bet on him, surely there's a regulation against your family, people close to you, betting on you to be first try scorer. And Gus says, can you please just let the bunker rule on forward passes? Makes a joke of the game whenever they say, yes, it's a knock-on, even if it doesn't touch a player or the ground, so we can rule on it. Well, that I think is... This instance was different, where it's a tap-on. But yeah, I haven't sat down and thought about it enough to have an opinion that I feel comfortable sharing. But I have heard a lot of people say, in theory, it's good, but it actually does open up a big can of worms. Tonga across the field, the ball just finds the ground. Will Katoa stay inside? He does, but they lose a lot of ground. And now he's off into touch. What's the ruling? It's just into touch. Guys. And Head says, what's happened to Ezra? Nothing. Nothing yet. I mean, they've yet to make a decision on him, either the Broncos or the NRL, but the way it's looking is that it's going to be very lenient towards him. He's not really going to be punished meaningfully, and I made a whole video on the nature of sackings in the NRL, and as I said, there wasn't really a lot of point me covering the incident like a lot of other content creators did, because what can you say about it? It was wrong. Yeah. Duh. But I am very disappointed in the way that it seems to have played out, because he's a very young, very talented player. He kind of gets away with it. I'll illustrate this for you. Another Broncos half, Jock Madden, right? He's, struggled to, even when Adam Rails was injured, he struggled to really be good in first grade this season. I'm having a look at his age. Jock Madden is 24 years old. He'll be 25 by the time the season starts. So he's a probably Queensland Cup level half in his mid-20s. If he had done this, contract torn up. I understand the reasoning, but it really bugs me for the morality side of things, that your punishment depends on how good a player you are. Intercept. Okay, intercept for Sione Katoa streaking away. I tell you what, the Kangaroos are catching up to him. I'm not sure he's going to get there. He won't. Will be tackled. Oh, I tell you what, he's jumping around them. Speaking of Kangaroos, it's Katoa, the one that's jumping around. Good stuff. Now across that. Oh man, I was like, bro, Sione Katoa is devastated. They had him shot. No. Bollocks. There are so many memeable moments so far from this stream. It was a low pass, but he should have caught it. And Arrowhead says, apparently Addo used to rob places with his mates. First I've heard of that. I won't comment on it because, as I say, I cannot allege that at all. But yeah, Laz Lancaster says, Mam should have been deregistered or forced to pay a portion of his salary for the next X number of years to that little girl. It is tough, right? I'm a law student. The legal system has such rigid protocols in place, as it should. We need that. But in an instance like this, you have the NRL, which essentially plays the role of a legal body, having to determine what is right, what is wrong, what is justice for a particular incident. As we see the two Trbojevic brothers there. 3 Trbojevic brothers there. And then the NRL has to decide what's right and wrong without any court, without any rules necessarily in place. It's just kind of up to them. It's vibey. So that would allow them the flexibility to have a punishment like paying a portion of his salary to the girl. But he's a young, exciting player. So, and Shiv, yeah, you seem to have been right. Tonga just didn't quite have it. Didn't quite have it in this game. This kick does go dead. They'll get a 20-meter restart, and there's still 28 minutes to go. They need to score next, and it needs to be somewhat soon. And Arrowhead says, why isn't Jake playing? I back him not being picked in the squad. I know he's New South Wales captain, but he's there for his captaincy. He's not there for his actual output. And Isaiah Yeo, I think, has that captaincy level for sure. Jason Tamalolo on the sideline, getting ready to come back on. Puppeteer says, who'd be a more preferred league family, the Turbos or the Burr guy? Oh, I was very confused. Obviously, I mean the Burgesses. I think the Turbos, they're just really likable. The Burgesses were polarizing, and that was their mentality. That's exactly what they wanted to be. They're all middle forwards. I think it's got to be the Trbojeviches. But I mean, depending on whether you call them a family, I love the Morris brothers. And their dad played, so I think you can call the Morrises a family too. Kick from Eli Carto. It's going to be cleaned up here from... Actually, it won't even be cleaned up. We'll just go over the sideline. Excuse me, guys, for a moment. My throat is... I need some water. Okay, we're back. NRA head, can't you go to jail for doing drugs? I don't... I would assume. I don't actually know the exact nature of the penalties incurred. I think it probably wouldn't just be from taking the drugs. I don't know. They didn't teach me that yet in law school. Doug says, how's life, Dylan Jogger? It'd be a lot better if this scoreline was reversed. I'ma be real. I'm gonna be real with you. It'd be even better because we've got 40 people here. If we got everyone to like and subscribe to the channel. So Max is down over the sideline. There's kangaroos chasing, and it does go dead. If you want this scoreline to be reversed, like and subscribe, and I'll do my best to tell Peter Volandis to get on the phone. Shiv says, who's your Super League team? Catalan Dragons. I do, in terms of the English teams, I kind of like everyone. But yes, big Catalans fans because of what they represent for International Rugby League. The team, though, that over in England, or in the English competition that I want to be the most successful is Toulouse Olympique, who are also French. They play in the championship. Doug says, I already liked and subbed though. Well, that's okay. If you already have, I'll forgive you. Here we go. Lancaster says, the law relates to possession / distribution of substances. Just taking them is not illegal. That's what I thought. I didn't want to make that claim though. As we see a knock on now from Tonga. It's deteriorated. It has deteriorated. Green Cobra, yep, Leaguie Australia is winning. And that's not a knock on. Are you mad? Now the call's coming. Okay. Toza says, definitely won't be happening anytime soon, but a smaller tournament between Ukraine, Scotland, Ireland, Serbia, Netherlands, Russia could go, but that would end in a riot. Yeah, Ukraine and Russia, for sure. A tournament like that would be super cool. What it needs is a company like Fox, who, okay, maybe I'm not in their good books right now, so they're probably not going to listen to me, but a company like Fox to set up the broadcast infrastructure for that and advertise the hell out of it. I think it would actually get a lot of viewership. In our summer, well, no, because that's their winter, which is too cold. But regardless, in our off season, if you could play it in our off season, I think a lot of people would watch it. But yeah, probably a pipe dream. Puppeteer says, watching with the toddler, he's just asked, why is the red team stinky? Look, there's a lot about this game that has utterly devastated me, and I think that comment has devastated me potentially the most. That Puppeteer Pandas' toddler thinks the red team is stinky. That's just... There's no coming back. There's no coming back from that. He doesn't know how to answer it. Honestly, very valid. She says, yeah, the French teams are cool. I met a French guy in a bar in Jakarta who's an Avignon fan. That's very cool. Okay, 6 again for Tonga. If they're going to get back into the game, this is it here. Tania Paseka with the ball. On the second, Sonny Luke. I'm actually, because I'm pretty much tuned out from this game mentally, I'm not sure who's playing centre. Oh, Siwa Wong, the young rooster, is playing centre for Tonga in place of Paul Alamotti. Did I hear 6 again? No? Okay. Now across, Sonny Luke finds Isaiah Katoa. There's room here, knocked on from Zach Lomax, but he had to make that play because otherwise Tonga were over in the corner. Puppeteer says, big chase, here we go. Yes. No, he's gonna have been mulling over this for a while. B. Milner, Leaguie, my family says hi, big fans of your channel. Well, if they're big fans of my channel, I'm big fans of your family, so thank you. Cobra, all good, no worries. Yeah, I understand you guys having to study. To be honest, I have to study as well, but I could not look past my duty to the nation of Papua New Guinea. to provide them with a stream for their game. So Tonga, they scored with their very first opportunity, and it's just they've been held out so well since then. Very reminiscent of the first game in terms of the way the Australian side have managed to defend. So played by Eli Katoa, Sonny Luke across. Now in the hands of Isaiah Katoa. Good scramble there from the Kangaroos, though. They had some numbers, but good scramble. Caleb says, how about the Tongan fans cheering for Jace coming on soon? They love him. He's a national hero, without a doubt. Okay, across Keon Kalamatangi. There's a bit of room now for Sione Katoa, but Kangaroos everywhere. Puppety Pandas, stop crab walking Tonga, run it straight. When they do run it straight, I get critical of them for not straightening the ball enough. Okay, across to AFB. Lola here. Olakauatu on the ball now. Yes. Okay. Look at that's okay. That's actually, like, guys. Is that the coldest moment in these Pacific Championships? He literally just went. That was awesome. Points on the board. It ain't over. It's there's a long way to go for them to get back into this. But it was this time a couple of weeks ago we saw Tuimaulalola here kick in behind the line for a back rower. This time, though, it's confirmed. There's no sinking this time. That I need to find a photo of that. Jetty Images, I need you to have photographed that from Katoa. That was awesome. Obviously, I can't quite pull it off like him, but that was awesome. All my days. Okay, Antonia Milner. Leaguie, can you please explain the rules of rugby league? That's a massive question, Antonia. I guess fundamentally the aim is to ground the ball, put the ball on the ground over the opposition's try line. You have 6 tackles to do so. A try is worth 4 points, and once you do score a try, you get to take what's called a conversion from in line with where you scored the try. You try and kick the ball in between the 2 posts for an additional 2 points. Fundamentally, I think that's pretty much the basics. But thank you for stopping by in the chat. Very good to see potentially a new rugby league fan there. So Katoa, butts boot to ball, and we've got the first successful conversion for the Tonga's in this game. 20 points to 10. And I mean, guys, I'll be real with you. I was down. I was trying not to make it too obvious, but I was pretty devastated at 20 points to 4. Billy Slater has a phrase that he uses for his players, that points give you energy. And it's not necessarily meant to apply to YouTube streamers, but it applies here. It applies here. Oh, and okay, Antonio says it's not Antonio commenting. It says, B. Milner's sister Lucy, big fan of rugby union myself. Well, hopefully I can win you over, because rugby league is pretty much everything you like about rugby union. All the tries, all the quick passing, all the physicality. It's good. But there's way more of it in rugby league. So, no passing backwards, says Danny. That's another big one, Lucy. Puppeteer Pandas says, toddler update, red team isn't sticky anymore. They smell like blueberries. That's one of the best things you can smell like. Hell yeah. I mean, look, the one momentum shift that Tonga needed in this game is Puppeteer Pandas toddler no longer thinking that they're stinky. It's downhill from here. They'll be fine. Lola here, across. Finds Olakauatu. I was so worried he was going to knock that on just after I said they'll be fine. So worried. Lancaster says, enter our head. Oh, okay, just talking about the drug thing. I won't get into that too much. Go West Tigers, says Lucy Milner. Yes, I know B. Milner's a big West Tigers fan, so that checks out. Toaster Crumb, 6 tackles instead of infinite. That as well, yeah. Just explaining the differences between the two. So played there by Xavier Coates. Good contact there on hammer from Keon Kalamatangi. Big contact, and that's something that can set the standard. Okay, Jason Taumalolo's back on the field. Ebers does get past him, but Tonga seems a bit more up for it. Tonga and Santa are on screen. Hell yes, bring us some gifts. Tiger Walker says, I thought you were trying to win his sister over to a date for a second. No, I'm all good. I'm just trying to win her over to the sport of rugby league. I care much more about rugby league than my own romantic interests. Good kick there from Tom Dearden into the corner, and it does just sit up in the field. Katoa, a bit of risky play there. Lehapuati wrapped up. Lancaster says, seriously, why have Burton and Smith not been brought on? Yeah, Lindsay Smith, that's a good point that he hasn't been brought on. That's weird. Burton, though, they seem to just bring him on at the end of games, which is like, is there for injury cover? Sure. But I don't know. There are other guys. You can find an Australian back rower who's capable of playing centre. And then if he can play centre, move Tom Trbojevic to pretty much anywhere else in the back line. Or Hammer, equally. So, not too sure about the Burton decision. AFB on the fourth tackle, running it back up towards the halfway line. And look, there's still 20 minutes to go. This is a 2-score game. The time is not necessarily a factor yet. But Tonga do need to be wrestling back this field position, which they're doing. Their contact has stepped up, I believe. It's been good. Puppeteer says, it's now the Mario team versus the Luigi team. I don't know what this kid is talking about now. I sure do. Okay, I need everyone to vote in the chat. I mean, I know there's a game of rugby league on and we're doing a watch-along, but there's something way more important than that. I want to see if you think Mario's the better Mario brother, type M. If you think Luigi's the better Mario brother, type L. I'll reveal my personal preference after I see the votes, but which is the better brother, Mario or Luigi? L, says Danny. L. M. Okay, so Luigi's winning 2-0. Geez, heaps of L's. L's everywhere. NRL Head's giving a lot of L's. So I think that's making a bit of an unfair balance. Australia. Puppeteer says W for Waluigi. That was not in the rules. Puppeteer's voted independent. That's what he's done. Wario says Lancaster. L. I'm glad I've got a Luigi fan base here because I'm absolutely King Luigi for sure. Luigi represent. I'm glad that's look. If anything's come out of this live stream, whether Tonga do get the win or not, we've established that Luigi's the dominant Mario brother. That being said, though, today, red. I might be wearing green. I might have a green microphone, but today I'm red. Oh god, now our head saying B. What's that for? About Bowser? Okay, anyway, I'll talk about the game because there's probably a lot of people here who aren't interested in Mario. B for Burton. Australia do knock that on. Okay, so there'll be a little opportunity here for Tonga, and they've lost their challenge earlier on with the knock-on call. Hudson Young's not letting go of that ball. He's not letting go. Danny says, can I put a W for Waluigi? You can. Okay, I have a confession. I have a confession to make. Given the choice of Mario and Luigi for days. Absolutely. But when I'm playing Mario Kart, and let me tell you, I don't give away a lot of information about myself, but I'm an absolute Mario Kart demon. I could beat any of you guys in Mario Kart. Absolutely no question about it. I'm a toad. I'm a toad man. That little mushroomy boy, he's got zoomies about him. He's a speedy boy. So, now you know. Tiger Walker, if you want to make another video about me, now that that information's been revealed, feel free. Rugby 101 says, hey Leaguie, sorry I haven't been here. I left the phone at my grandparents' place. All good, no worries. Hopefully you've been able to watch the game so far. Hopefully we see a little bit of a comeback towards the end of the game. 10 points in it, 15 and a half to go. Only on the second now. Find Taumalolo back up through the middle. Straight into the three Australia middles. The two starting front rowers and the lock. And our head says he's better. He's not. Guys, don't be fooled. I'm actually dominant in Mario Kart. So Luke across. Now through Lehigh Hopewadi. There's a bit of a chance out wide here. Kohler does dig into the line himself. 1 to go. This is a really important play in the context of these Pacific Championships. Lola here kicks across field. Not far out enough to find the winger though. Touched. And it's offside. Okay. 10 points in it. So that rules out taking the 2 here. But Tonga. You're not going to get better chances than this. Chances in rugby league do not get better than this. Points have to be on the board now. Lancaster's big fresh bodies on the bench while we're being smashed through the middle. No thanks. Mal prefers a 2-man bench and working Carrigan to death. I've spoken in the past about what I think of Meninga's coaching decisions at times, and being absolutely clowned on by everyone. So I'll probably steer away from that. But evidence here, guys. Lindsay Smith is literally sitting there. Eli Katoa does get the ball away to Sonny Luke. Now across to Tamalolo. AFB digs into the line himself. It takes so many to stop him. Play to Sonny Luke. Tamalolo underneath him. Tries to go himself. Good tackle there from Isaiah Yeo on a much bigger man. Sonny Luke finds Isaiah Katoa. Out to Lehigh Hopewadi, who's dominated there. Good tackle from the Hammer. Good tackle from the Hammer. Played. Siwa Wong out to Isaiah Katoa. AFB gets out the way. Now through Olakawatu, and the ball comes free, and it's intercepted, but I think it's a knock on both ways. Man. Okay. Lancaster says, big... Oh, no, yeah, I've already read that out. Puppeteer Pandas. Mario team got the superstar, Dad. This kid, trying to get him talking with league terms now. I'm curious as to who he thinks the superstar is. Tiger, who hates Manly, says, I hope Meninga coaches Manly one day. That'd be hilariously bad. JRP says, imagine Tonga beating the Roos before the Ashes series. That would be a flex for Tonga. It would be, but 13 minutes to go, 10 points in it. It's not looking likely. It's not looking good, Brev. And Arrowhead, are you making a vid on people with potential? I guess I can add that to the list. Biggest wonder kids. There are... This is going to be controversial. There are a lot of people, NRL content creators who make videos that I think are like, I don't know, maybe quite surface level. And that is maybe a bit more surface level than I would normally want. But I can try if I'm running out of videos. Matalino. Oh my god, is that the real Ben Matalino? Formerly of the Tigers and the Warriors. Why can't you show the game rather than just looking at you? Well, I have a good reason. Legal reasons. I'd be suited to oblivion, my brother. There are reasons why Fox and Channel 9 have $1 billion broadcast deal. It means that YouTubers like me cannot just live stream the game. Yeah, copyright law. Elwin from Vanimo PNG, good to see you here, my friend. I'm sure you're excited for the game to come. So, okay, crowd 28,728. Let me have a little look here. CommBank Stadium capacity. 30,000. Okay, I mean, to be honest, that's actually a lot more people than it looked like to start with. Lancaster's never say never. People said the same thing on October 1st, 2023, then Penrith did the three-peat. It's true. It's true. And absolutely, they're still in with a chance. I just want to see them score. Sonny Luke goes himself. Finds Lola here. Now Olakawatu underneath, digging into the line himself. Who's winning the Kiwis PNG game? Look, the Kiwis, almost certainly. But PNG have a chance, and I think I'll be going for them. Short across from Sonny Luke to AFB. It was very, very flat. Australia didn't like it. Luke himself with a kick in behind. 6 again. Tonga have it all ahead of him now. Katoa's running himself. Gets away from a few. Okay. I agree with you, Lancaster. I do not think that was played at. But referee's made his call. Oh no, the camera's gone. It's Garfield. I don't know why. I didn't actually unplug it. Anyway, you can still hear me. Ashley Klein's called it stop to the play. What's the ruling? Lindsay Collins is bleeding. My dad calls him the Cro-Magnon man, which is like a prehistoric man, because he does just look like straight out of a textbook. Jeffy, the camera's gone. I can't speak. To be honest, I thought we were going to get through a string without Garfield. I wasn't dropping frames. I was, you know, everything seemed to be fine. The connection seemed to be good, and then that had to get a Garfield mention in at some point. Oh god, Tiger asking for a Buzz impersonation. I kind of knew as soon as I said I can't speak that someone was going to ask for a Buzz impersonation. It's just... Is it not a bit old now? Is it not a little? Do I not need to, like, let it go for a little bit so that the funniness comes back? Okay, I'll make you a promise. I will read out that comment in Buzz's voice if the Tongan side score here in this set. Lolohea, the ball finds the ground. Lolohea digs in himself. Tackle by Collins here. We're still bleeding. Played now across through Sonny Luke. Finds Felice Kaufusi. Now, 2 tackles to go. Katoa across, finds other Katoa. Oh, I don't know if that was taken cleanly by Coates, but I tell you what, I mean, it was not played out earlier, so no Buzz impersonation. Cumbrium says, I think there'll be a lot of points in an entertaining game. Kiwis and Kummels. Both sides have such attacking potency. I agree for sure. Puppeteer says, it's like that old meme, soccer players pretend to hurt league players. Don't. It's fair. Big contact there on Patrick Carrigan. Balls come free. Kaufusi's up and about for it. Rugby 101 says, do you think Tonga have been the better side? I need to catch up. Nah, they haven't. Not like in the first game. They've had periods of the game where they've dominated for sure, but Australia have definitely been the better side. Buzz's impression is diabolical. Hey, diabolical. NRL head, I firmly believe you should get a cut like Kaufusi. Absolutely. Lancaster is devastated that Patrick Carrigan is still out there. Rugby 101, all good to see you. Can we get a Paul Kent impersonation? Unfortunately, there's no trees nearby that I can punch. I also don't drink alcohol, so I wouldn't do it very convincingly. Tonga, inside 10 minutes. They have to get points on the board. Pretty much now, to be honest. Pretty much now. I'll keep the bet going. If they score here, I'll do the Buzz impersonation. Only if they score, though. Set restart. Okay, Taumalolo now into the line. It's hard for me to... I'm not sure what the path for Tonga is here to points. Katoa back inside. The Australian defence has just been really solid. Madalino, there's now 9 minutes left. AFB across. Ducks under a tackle there. Was potentially contact with the head, but it wasn't forceful in any way. Sonny Luke. Short across to... Oh. Olakoadu. Moses is away. And let's just play on. That was really, really close, guys. That was... Oh, no. That was so close. He was... If he held the ball, he was over. And NRL says he should bring back the timer. No. It's just a catastrophic failure. I kept missing it, so it pretty much didn't hold much value anyway. And I was paying attention to the clock so much that it limited my commentary. So, yeah, timer wasn't good. Puppeteer says 11-0 to Tonga for tackles inside the 20 last few minutes. Australia's put the Q in the rack. I don't think it's actually fair to say Australia have put the Q in the rack because their defence has been awesome in that time. They're absolutely still showing up for the jersey. Lancaster says, give me the Kangaroos job. Look, to be fair, if Mal wins, you can't remove him from the job, but yeah. Lancaster says, was it all your size and athleticism? I'm not sure what that's in reference to. If you're talking about my size and athleticism, there's a lot of size, there's not a lot of athleticism. Turpo now. Decent little run there, but just wrong end of the field, and now inside 7.5 minutes to go. Burton is out on the field. NRL head's happy about that. Saying B for Burton earlier. No! Oh! Puppeteer says the Mario team stinky again. Oh, that's devastating. Okay. Lindsay Smith. 7 minutes to go. He's still on the bench. Brother, he's still on the bench. Okay, penalty for Tonga. Okay, there's a chance here. There's an opportunity. There is an opportunity. Oh my god, is Lindsay Smith coming on? Guys, is it Lindsay Smith? Is Lindsay Smith actually going to play minutes of a rugby league game for the Kangaroos? Is our Cult Hero. He's spraying up. He's coming. 6.5 to go. Let's go. Oh, okay. Talking about Mal with the size comment. Desperately asking why he just can't coach good. Yeah. Targets the Leaguie. How much do you weigh? I fluctuate a lot, but round about the 90 kilo mark. 85 to 90 is pretty much where I am. But I'm 6'2". I'm a solid guy. This is it, guys. This is it. Not quite that big toaster crumbs, but I'm a big dude. AFB into the line now. On the second, Sonny Luke goes out to the right, finds Kofusi. Eli Katoa had a bit of room there. Can they get the ball out wide? Okay, Siwa Wong goes himself. There was space there. There was space for Katoa. There was space for Sione Katoa out wide. Played by Wong. Now short. Katoa, Eli goes himself. He's claiming that one. He's claiming that one. He's claiming that one. Referee says no try. Referee says no try. He's claiming it, but then again, he would, wouldn't he? Right? He's up and about. Let's see. He charged up for it, I tell you what. No, I think that's a try. Come on. Please. The Sea of Red have been singing hymns for the whole game. So if there are rugby league gods, please grant this. Yeah, ball's on ball. That's fine. Ball's good. Look, okay. You took it off Keon in the first game. Yeah, they're checking all angles. That's not a good sign. Yeah, come on. Yes! Hell yeah! Guys, game on. We're inside a score. Come on. Yes, hell yeah. Come on. Okay. I'm proud. Regardless of the result, I'm proud of this comeback. This has been really good, and there's hope. There's life. There's aspiration. There's potential for this Pacific Championships to be won by Tonga. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Hell yeah. Okay, kick to come. Puppeteer says, are such NRL match threads going to be fun to read now? It will. Okay. Oh, you can see what it means to Sione Katoa. Lancaster says, what a shock right through the exhausted props. Oh, that is dripping in sarcasm. Also, apparently Burton replaced Yo, not Grant. Right, okay. Katoa. It's off the post. Is it in? No, okay. Jeez, that was close. Okay. Look, that's not it though. But it's a converted try. It's still a try. Still just a try in it. Katoa's done a Thurston. I mean, a very different stakes, but yeah, off the post. I know what you mean. Oh, okay. I'm a nervy boy, guys. I'm a very nervy boy. And there's still an entire game to go. This emotion, when the flood of Papua New Guineans come in 5 minutes' time, oh man, I'm going to be exhausted. Tonga with the ball, but again, obviously, wrong end of the field. A penalty. Anything. So relieving here. Taylor's back. Good to see. They have to get the conversion. They do. Tamalolo into the thick of it, but Lindsay Collins... Oh, God, I said thick of it. Oh, no. Lindsay Smith. Good contact there. Puppeteer did say come back with a 2-point difference. Oh, my days. You did. Oh, you did. I really hope you're not right. With all due respect, I hope you know nothing about rugby league. Come back, yes. 2 points, no. I could not take a Tongan try and then a misconversion. On the last, no penalty, no 6 again given away from the Kangaroos. That's okay, though. They have to get to their kick. They can work their way downfield. And it wasn't very deep. He'll get to about the 40, you'd think. Oh, okay, good tackle there from Kofusi. Guys, I'm way too nervous to be engaging with thick of it lyrics, but much appreciated. I will, however, engage with what Puppeteer's toddler is saying. Stop the Goombas on Luigi team, Mario team. That is exactly what they should be doing. Across through Burton. You can tell from the headgear. Picked up well there. Good contact from the Tongans. But it's field position. Lindsay Smith. Oh, big contact from Siwa Wong. No, I wouldn't risk the field goal, Lancaster. Given that they can't lose, even if Tonga kick a converted try. Sorry, I just paused because the commentators implied that a penalty might have been given there. Yeah, I wouldn't be risking the 6. Geez, that should have been a penalty, you'd think. Yeah, we've seen penalties given away for much, much lighter than that. Good God. Okay, Havili across finds Siwa Wong playing in the center position. They need a line break or something. 2.5 minutes to go. They'll probably get one other set on top of this, but wrong end of the field. Line break. Penalty. 6 again. Something. Anything. Lacking a little structure, though. Oh, and AFB is really upset with Havili there for giving him the ball. Challenge it, surely. AFB was absolutely raging at Havili there for the service that he got. Yeah, it was a terrible play, the ball from Fanil Blake. He's let the emotion get to him. He's let his rage get to him. But yeah, upset with Havili, and honestly, understandably so. Knock on Australia, maybe? Potentially, hopefully. Look, the Tongans are still happy, though. The Geelong Sharks will play that better, says Puppeteer. I think anyone would. I think I would. And I've got crippling scoliosis. Ugh. Newcastle Garbo's watching the game. Well, it's good to hear that all the garbage is cleared up in Newcastle and you do have some free time on your hands. Now Lindsay Smith. God, could you imagine if Lindsay Smith got a try? Line up the one, close this out. It's closed out anyway. I love field goals as well, but it's not a risk I'd be taking at this point. Play it safe. Turn the ball over, meters out from their line, and say, "Go on, let's see what you got." Harry Grant across to Carrigan, finds Dearden. Now Moses, Hammer, Coates is there. No, surely not. No. You're kidding. No way. Oh, wow. Okay. Look, devastation aside, I need to see this front on. No way. That's straight out of the playbook of Melbourne versus Warriors earlier this year. He jumped from 1,000,000 miles out. Surely not. Surely he hasn't got this down. I don't think he has. Surely. Let's see here. Nah, dropped. Wait, whoa, okay, wait, is that dropped over the goal line? I think it is. That's a 20-meter restart. I think it is. There's only 38 seconds to go, so it's just a free 20 meters. Wait, okay. If Tonga are aware to this, get to the 20, get there quickly, and kick it dead over the touchline. Then you get the ball back. Timobo, he has not scored. I'm pretty confident. That is, look, absolutely insane from Coates. And the fact that he was even close to scoring that is crazy. He was millimeters away from scoring that. Okay, get them points off that board. Get them straight off. No kangaroos. It's only 20 points. 38 seconds left. Newcastle Garbo is not happy. It's okay. You'll probably have a chance to celebrate in 38 seconds. Mario Team win for Peach Team. I don't know who Peach Team is. That's obviously the Penrith Panthers wearing their away jersey. Isaiah Katoa finds Eli Katoa. 34 seconds to go. Oh no. Oh, he's really close to the sideline. Balls come free anyway. They'll challenge it, but really. Excuse my absolute lack of words right now. There's a million limbs everywhere there. Either way, I think the ball came free. No stripping, and the ball comes free. Guys, I am depressed. I am very depressed. Sad days. Yep. Fair dues, kangaroos. Good stuff. Congrats. Look, this was still a really fun tournament. Tonga beating New Zealand was a really big moment. Competing like this in the final was very good. But unfortunately, Rugby League is not won today. Unfortunately. Kick it at the goalpost for the FUD, says Lancaster. So it's Lomax. Tackle there by Lolohea. Lolohea's dragging him up. Yeah, I like the spirit, Tui. But Dylan Edwards sinks into the tackle just like I should sink into my chair. And that's it. It's done. It's over. Congratulations to people who are going for Australia in the chat. Look, okay, actually, truly, because I know I just seem so salty right now. I really hope you celebrate it. I really hope you value it. I really hope it means a lot to you until the season starts. Be very, very happy that Australia won. Because otherwise, there was no reason for Australia winning. So I hope Newcastle Garbo especially celebrating there in the chat. Juliana, Lally, Tonga did a very good though. They did. I'm proud of Tonga. I think in the fullness of time, I'll be really proud of the way that they've performed in these Pacific Championships. But I am obviously just really disappointed in the moment. God, makes me want to go on Instagram and send abusive messages to Tongan players. That was a joke. That was a joke, by the way, guys. Don't be alarmed. I was kidding. Don't do that. Send supportive messages. Quite often they reply. I don't know if you guys have had this, but when I was younger, I used to send messages on Instagram to NRL players, and I won't say who because it would totally give away who I support. But I got a lot of replies from a lot of them, and it was really cool. Tommy Turbo was one of the best ones. He sure was. Lancaster says, never should have been as much of a nail biter. I still want Mal sacked. That will not change because we won. Agree with every word of that. Yeah, look, the $6.50 odds, I won't really use them as a reference point because they were outrageous, I think, anyway. But realistically on paper, yeah, it shouldn't have been as close as this. The Tongan side, right? Look at their spine. Lehigh Hopewadi, right? Rookie season of first grade. Tui Lolohea plays for the Huddersfield Giants over in England. Isaiah Katoa, still a 20-year-old halfback. Saliva Havili, journeyman. Sonny Luke cannot get a first grade spot. Granted, isn't the best team, but can't get a first grade spot. Compare that to Dylan Edwards, Tom Dearden, Mitch Moses, Harry Grant, and Bat Burton. Super proud of Tonga. Super proud of Tonga. But as I say, yeah, for the Australian fans in the chat, I really hope you guys do celebrate it. Brand says Latrell replied to you, so you support South Sydney. Have I mentioned that in the past? That Latrell Mitchell replied to me. That one actually, I would say, doesn't indicate who I support. I just really liked Latrell Mitchell growing up. But I didn't realize I'd spoken about that in the past. Danny says the Tongan boys did extremely well. Aussies should be insulted that it was even this close. Yeah, the Tongan boys did do well, but I think one thing worth keeping in mind is that the whole Australian society underestimated this Tongan team. Tiger thinks I either support Souths or Roosters. Okay, well, I'll add that to the list of the conspiracy theories. Lancaster, even not as an on paper. Tonga played amazing. I just mean in terms of his response to the flow of the game. This is about Meninga then. Ridiculous that we got smashed through the middle for 20 minutes before he responded. It's true. It's true. Newcastle Garbo, my days. Too many Tonga people in Australia. Well, that just seems a bit racist, does it not? I think there should be more Tongan people in Australia. I didn't, says NRL Head. Well, then how do people know? Anyway, JRP says, by the way, Leaguie, the NZ, Christchurch, Orcas, and Kia have placed their bid to join the NRL with the Consortium News bid of 20 million for Kia, and I think 300 million. Have they joined together? I would... They should be absolutely one of the teams before 20. Absolutely, they should be. Oh, okay, I mentioned it in one of the videos. Damn. Well, anyway. Lancaster, who's the most sensitive player on the Shanghai Sharks roster? That's who it was. And right head, League already went on Insta and sent abuse messages. You're doing God's work, thank you. Thank you. And separate bids for both. Okay, well, the separate bids will create competition, which is good. But yeah, I would have them as team 19. Perth 18, them 19. Not too sure for 20th. Okay, when does the next game kick off? How much time have we got, ladies and gents? Let's have a little look-see. 6:20. Okay, we got, you know what, we got time. Okay, I'm going to take this chance to end this stream, but don't go, because when this stream ends, you're going to be automatically redirected to the stream for the next game. I just did it because I wanted to attract as many people from PNG as possible, and I think there's going to be a lot of them. So, stay where you are. Don't go anywhere. And I will see you all momentarily.